thank you for joining me today. We're gonna have a conversation about serving, and I just appreciate everything you do around Eastwind. How'd you find Eastwind? You've been here a couple years, been a cool part of your story. Why'd you hang around?
Yeah, honestly, I wasn't really into the whole Christian thing before Eastwind, and then one day I was sitting at East waiting for my bus to show up, and my good buddy Isaiah Friend came up and he was like, dude, you should totally come to youth group with us. And I came, really enjoyed the message, thought it connected to me on a more personal basis, and just decided, hey, might as well show up next week.
Yeah. And that like led to your baptism. I remember all of that.
Yeah.
And now it's like you're part of the church. And one of the things you do is you serve. You serve in our Sunday pillar, in the tech booth. We call you the noise boys. But like Easter, you were there at all the services. How'd you get involved in serving?
Well, it's kind of a funny story. So when I first went to my Sunday, my first ever Sunday, I looked at the worship team and I said, that's where I want to be in the next 3 years. And that didn't go exactly as I planned for it. You know, I joined a band and that was great, but I feel like I wasn't getting to where I wanted to be. So what I did was I talked to Jack Lanham and I said, hey, do you think you can help me on this drumming thing? And he did, but then we realized, you know, I already have skills in video and stuff like that. So he got me plugged into the tech booth where I got to hang out with both the band and the techies.
Yeah, that's cool. You come early, like how early do you show up on a Sunday?
I like to show up early, around 6:30-ish.
Okay,
Yeah.
and I ask you that because you show up at 6:30 on a Sunday. What's your day job?
My day job, well, I go to school, so.
Yeah. So you're a high school student?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where are you in school right now? What grade?
Timberland High School, I'm a junior.
Okay. So one of our beliefs and experiences is that when you serve, it helps you become more like Jesus because it's what Jesus did. How has being in the tech booth and serving in that way helped you in your faith?
I feel like it's really grown my faith with Jesus, and it's giving me a certain perspective on things to the point where I get to delight whenever I go back in that booth and then I, you know, show a video of you speaking to 30 people each service. I don't know, it feels like I'm the messenger or like the person carrying the message.
Yeah, that's cool because you're creating, we have an online community that meets at 9:30 or 9 and also at 10:30, and you create that for them. And I love that. If someone's watching and they go like, oh, wait, he just did it. What advice would you give them to take a step themselves and get involved?
Well, I'd say that serving isn't really a job. It's more of a pleasure that you can take with God. So I'd say find something that you could delight in and then love it.
Yeah. Oh, that's really good. Okay, Dylan, how old are you, 17?
Yeah.
Okay, you're 17. Not everyone who's 17 is following Jesus. Why do you follow Jesus?
Well, you know, Jesus has brought me out of the gutter more times than I can count. Jesus really shows me how I should, you know, love people, and he sort of brings me purpose.
That's good. Thank you for sharing your story.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.